Alright, in this video we're taking a look at the new Beeceiver V2 from NewBeeDrone. This is a FrSky compatible receiver. It does D8 mode, D16 mode, and also does a Futaba protocol as well at the SFHSS protocol. It is switchable between the three, and it's really tiny. I'll put the specs here, the dimensions on the screen, and the weight. Diversity antennas here. It has a bind button, power ground, 5 volts, and you have two pads here, TX and RX. I think, let me see, I wired it up to the TX there. I didn't use the RX pad. I'm a little bit confused about this when I first started setting it up, because on the documentation and instructions that it came with, it told me that the RX should come set to uninverted S-bus, but it actually came as inverted S-bus. But it's pretty easy to switch whether you have the receiver in inverted or uninverted. You basically hold the bind button down while you power up the receiver or plug in your quad, and that will switch it. You have to hold it for, I think it's a couple of seconds, 1 or 2 seconds. Yeah, 1 or 2 seconds is long enough, and then it'll switch. So if you have some issues where it doesn't look like it's responding but it's bound, and I'll show you what bound looks like, as big as a solid green light, then you should try and switch the mode, because mine came in inverted mode when it said it should come in an uninverted mode. So this is pretty easy to switch. Now obviously if you're dealing with other FrSky receivers, you would press the bind button and power it up, and that would go into bind mode, but that's not the case for this one. You powered it up first, and then you just press the bind button very briefly, like that, and it will go into bind mode. So let me just demonstrate that real quick here. I have this already wired up to this Crazy Bee F4. I'm going to go ahead and give it some power. I've already bound this, but I'll rebind it again. You see we have a solid green light here, and this is switchable between D8, D16 mode, and actually in the the green light mode it is in actually no, sorry, if it's bound it'll have a solid green light, but you can switch the modes by double clicking or double pressing the bind button. That'll switch to mode, and you get a different couple blinking lights here. So I think it'll go from D16 to Futaba mode if I do this next. So you get 2 blinking blue lights, I believe. So let me just do that real quick here. I'll switch it. Okay, so apparently that doesn't work if I am currently bound to a transmitter. So I turned off my transmitter, so no green light. Flashing red light means no bind, or no, it's not connected to anything. So let's try and switch to mode now. Oh, alright, let me try and power cycle this receiver. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch the mode. Alright. There we go, see flashing blue lights. Now it's in Futaba mode. And we'll switch it again. We have some flashing red lights. That's now in D8 mode. And let me just, let's try and bind it up in D8 mode here. So I'm going to switch my radio on.
Welcome to OpenTX.
Okay, so I selected a D8 model, and for some reason it thinks that, yeah, it's actually, I bound it in D16 mode, but when I switched the receiver to D8 mode and I switched my transmitter to D8 mode, now it sees that it's bound already. At least, let me just see if I can do another bind here. So just press the button once. It doesn't let me do that when it's already bound. Unfortunately, I can't demonstrate that. Alright, so let's see if I can get this to go into bind mode. Nope. Try a little longer. There it goes. You can't just press it really quick. It's like a little bit longer than a really quick press on the button. Then you get these flashing blue and red lights here like this. Now you're in bind mode, so I'm going to go ahead and turn my radio back on.
Welcome to OpenTX.
And go ahead and hit bind. There we go. So the flashing should change here. I'll go ahead and stop that. And now you can see we have a solid green light, so we are now bound in D8 mode now. So that's pretty much it. It's very flexible. You can obviously switch modes, you can switch inversion, uninversion, and yeah, it's a pretty flexible receiver, very light. Not so sure I like the diversity, the really short diversity antennas in here, but this is really made for like whoops or something pretty similar, something small. So I don't know if we're gonna have super long range on this one. Probably not, but we'll we'll go fly this. I'm gonna put this. Obviously, this is gonna be a Larva X rebuild. I'm gonna actually turn it into a 3-inch and see how far this goes. So that'll be in the next part of this video. So stay tuned. Okay, so here I have the receiver antennas just kind of dangling out the front here, and as expected, I didn't think this was going to have super good range. About 100 meters away, I'm getting telemetry lost warnings, and yeah, you can see the RSSI is very low, so you can't really go too far with this receiver.